Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Taylor, and I'm here for our session from the Penny Stock Screener app that has provided us a very nice link to a WhatsApp group, and we're all part of that group. And over the course of the last few weeks or months, we've all kind of gotten to know each other, started giving advice, realize that we're not giving bad advice like you might get on Stock Twits. Um, and so a couple of weeks ago, our friend Yakubu, who seems to be a ninja when it comes to options, did a series. He did a Zoom meeting like this a couple of weeks ago, and it was very informative, and we all learned a lot. And this week, everyone did really, really well on the market, despite some reds. We all got a few reds, I'm pretty sure. But I just felt like it would be a good time to have another one of these meetings. And I've been in marketing for many years. I'm a web developer, and so I write a lot of code. And so I just put this presentation together to kind of help facilitate the time and move us along. I've divided the presentation up into two parts. The first part's kind of an open discussion. I'll go ahead and play this. First off, I want to give the usual disclaimers that we all have to give. This is not intended as investment advice. This is just a discussion that we're all having with a common interest. I do not, I don't give advice, and I don't expect anyone in here to take it as financial advice, and I'm not liable for your losses. Please read this carefully. I posted a PDF for this presentation in the WhatsApp application in our group. So if you want to follow along with the PDF, you can do that. So again, I wanted to break the agenda into two parts. The first part is the more effective part for people that don't have a whole lot of time. The second part is for new people and people who do have a lot of time, and we want to do some learning today. That's kind of the point of this. And so the first part of this will just be everyone who's here. We'll just have a discussion. I'll call your name, unmute you. Basically, I'll pull up the slide in a minute of what we want to say, what we want to do, just keep it brief is basically what we want to do. The things that we'll cover are introducing yourself, talk about how your week went. Was it good? Was it bad? How'd you choose your tickers? And then we'll talk about a group strategy. And we'll do that in the first 20 minutes so that anybody who wants to drop off at that point, who has something better to do on their Sunday, you can go do that. The second part is we're going to talk about the different trading platforms. Yakubu, we're going to revisit, and he is remote, so he's not in front of his computer. I'll do my best to navigate the pages that he calls out, so we appreciate him joining in. Then we'll go through, excuse me, I need to I can't find my mouse. Come on now. Okay. So participants. So everyone, welcome. This is a picture of the 1929 stock market crash. Just before we get into the discussion here, I wanted to, just kind of talk about a couple of things I saw. These are just kind of cutesy little things I found on the internet, but it kind of describes different types of investors out there. Let me see. I'm trying to find my controls. There we go. Here we go. Stop share, stop share. There we go. 1 second, folks. All right, let me share my screen again. Sorry, folks. All right, is that better? A little bit better. Again, I'm working on a 13-inch laptop this morning, so I'll do my best here. So this is just kind of something to think about before we go into the discussion here. What kind of trader are you? Are you a day trader? Are you a scalper? Are you somebody who's got enough money who can like make a bunch of trades during the day? Day traders and scalpers usually have to have about $25,000 in their account. Are you a swing trader? Do you have like a small account and someone was asking earlier on the WhatsApp group about the 3-day rule. The 3-day rule, for those who don't know, is if you make more than 3 trades in 5 days, the Securities Exchange Commission here in the United States will flag you for being a day trader, which apparently if you have less than $25,000 in your account is a bad thing because they think that you can't cover your margins. So day traders and scalpers usually have to have 25,000. And the reason that is that's the margin that you have to cover the penalties that you get from the Security Exchange Commission. We won't go too far into that, but I'll just describe it here quickly. Then there's long-term investors, people who like, your mom and dad, your grandparents who bought, a couple of shares in IBM in the 70s, and they've been holding on to them. And this week they're not doing so good. I added this last one here, anger traders. I noticed a big uptick over at StockTwits of a lot of people who are angry about the election. They got kicked off of Facebook and Twitter, and Parler got shut down. And so they found their refuge over in the StockTwits boards there, and they're just angry. They're angry at Twitter. They're angry at Nike. They're angry at the world. And they're trying to use their small accounts to affect these big companies, which is great for us small traders because it presents lots of opportunity to take their money as they're trying to, sell this stuff off furiously because I'm going to get that, Jeff. So that's a different kind of trader. Next, let's see here, Navigator. The emotions of investing. Which are the emotions that kind of hit you the most when you're trading during the week? Something to think about as we're starting the discussion.
If I gave you
shush.
Sorry,
everybody, we don't like commercials. All right, that was fun, everyone. So that's Faith No More for anybody who doesn't know. Who wants to go first? Let's see. Why don't we start with Jennifer? Do you want to talk about your week? You want to tell us how your week went? Tell us where you're from, how long you've been trading.
Hi. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Jennifer, and I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
Actually, I have not been trading. I'm only here to learn. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
How long you been in the group?
Few months, I think.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And have you figured out what type of investor you are, or are you still trying to determine that? Or well, you said you're not trading yet, so I guess we
Yeah.
don't really have an investor type. And what's
I'm
your
s-
what's holding you back right now?
I'm still a student, so I'm just trying to learn.
Just kind of learning. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Daniel, would you like to go next? And you can say no. You're allowed to say no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here to learn too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay, we got
Dallas.
Texas representing. How long have you been trading?
I'd say maybe a month.
Okay, very new. When did you find the group?
Maybe about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, great. Welcome. Let's see. We got a couple people who are just listed as iPhone here. I'll go to James next. James, how are you this morning?
Hi, mate. I'm good. I'm James. I'm from the UK.
All right. I couldn't tell by your accent. How long have you been trading, mate?
About 2 months.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
I've been in the group for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
And how are you liking it?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Okay, great.
I'm kind of doing day trading, to be honest. I've got a couple of ones what I'm trying to invest in as well.
Okay.
But I was going to ask. I haven't got nowhere near 25 grand in my trading account. I didn't realize about that, to be honest.
Well, that's a rule here in the U.S. I'm not sure what the rules are in the U.K., but I would look into that if I were you. But it's great that you have that kind of margin, so I guess you really don't have to worry about it, right?
Okay.
Okay. Moving on here. Let's see. Who do we have? Yak. I have Yak Glitterati. Can you let us know how you're doing there? Where are you from? Mr. Million Styler.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hey, Mike. This is Yak. This is Yakub.
Oh, Yakub. Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was trying to connect it to my phone, and I said, let me use my tablet. So
you're in Maryland today.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, I'm in Maryland today. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have my computer beside me, so I'm using my tablet right now. But I believe I can be able to share my screen too as well. So yeah.
Wonderful. Everyone, this is Yakubu. He is our options guru. He has a whole section in the learning section. So those of you who stick around, please do.
Yeah, and one last thing too, I don't see anybody's face. Everybody shut down their videos. We can't even see you guys, even if I pass by you. So try to what's the name?
Don't be afraid to
see your faces.
I'm sure a lot of people
have
Sunday hair like I do, so there might be a reason. Let's see. Kranthi, good morning. I'm gonna mute everyone here. Kranthi, why don't you say a few words? Let's see. Okay. I've got a hand raised over here. Let's see. I'm not used to that part. Does anybody else want to unmute and just tell us how your week went? Kig or Miriam or Kazim, Adrian, anyone?
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kig.
Yes, my name is Evans. I live in North Carolina.
Where are you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, welcome.
Yes, thank you. I just joined the group about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, okay.
I'm still trying to find myself, where I will fit best.
Okay, where are you from originally? What's your accent?
Kenya originally.
Kenya, welcome. How's your week been?
I didn't do much this week, but I had some setbacks, so I've been in and out. I started in May last year.
Okay.
but I did a few of them, and then
I think a lot of us started around May or June last year when we got tired of sitting around for 2 months and realized that we weren't really going back to work. Okay, thank you. Yakubu, I'm going to lower your hand there. James, is Jarek on? Did we get Jarek in this morning? I hope so, because he's got a section I was hoping he'd talk about. That's okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Now that we've gotten some introductions out of the way. Again, this is just kind of an open discussion. I just want to take the next 10, maybe 15 minutes to just talk about how your trades went. For me, I can start this one off. I did a lot of trading with Twitter. I mentioned earlier these anger traders who are out there on stock twits, and they're, I'm going to take down Twitter with my $2,500 account. Oh. And I just took their money. I just kept taking their money. Every time the stock would dip, I would grab it up, and then it would just shoot back up as soon as all those guys got kind of petered out. It's just like, holding somebody by the forehead and let them kind of fight themselves out until they run out of energy or money in this case. So had a good week with Twitter, had some okay with some QS. Was really kind of a bad stock for me this week. It's very expensive. It's supposed to be going way up. They're one of these SPAC companies, which is a private company that's connected with a government agency, and they're supposed to be doing all this great stuff. And the CEO went on Market Watch a couple of weeks ago to say, nothing's changed. I don't know why the stock's dropping. And I bought in the dip 4 times. And if this one doesn't pan out and go back up to where it needs to be, I could be holding a big bag here. So that's been kind of my week. Anyone else want to go next? Go ahead and mute. I'm going to go ahead and just say, if you want to unmute and just let us know how your week went. Please this is an open discussion at this point. So please, everybody feel free to unmute and chime in. Tell us what your best trades were this week. What were your winners?
Hey guys, Jarek here. Sorry, having some internet issues with my Cox Communications. That's who does our stuff here. So I have to do it on my phone.
Hi, Jarek. Welcome. We were hoping you would show up. We're recording and we're just going through kind of introductions with everybody, so you're kind of right on time.
Awesome.
If you want to just, I'll go back a slide here, and this is kind of the questions we were asking everyone, just to, where you're trading from. I think you're in Canada. No,
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
How long have you been trading?
Let's see. I took a break, but it's been over 2 years. I took a break because I lost a crap ton of money and needed to kind of zone out. And then I got back into it, and it's been a little over 6 months now.
Okay.
Since I got back. Let's see. I'm a Virgo. I like long walks on the beach.
I might be running up against this time thing with Zoom. So if we get cut off, I will create a brand new meeting and I'll post it over in the WhatsApp. I thought that my time was more unlimited, but if for some reason this meeting stops, I will start a new one until we're done. Back to the presentation. So thanks, Jarek. Welcome. I have a whole section for you, so I'm glad you showed up. We're just talking open discussion here for anyone who wants to talk about their week. It looks like Adrian, you were chiming in. Adrian, did you want to tell us about your week? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Daniel, how'd your week go? let's see. I'll unmute.
Yeah, I didn't really have that great of a week this week.
What went wrong for you?
Nothing really. I mean, it's just there's just kind of I guess the stocks that I was in, they didn't really perform too well this week, but I'm holding on. And we'll see.
And
that kind of deal.
what are your feelings when things like that start happening? Are you it sounds like you like to hold things that aren't going well. I'm kind of the same. What kind of feelings do you get behind that when you're looking at your trade and you get all those emotions running through your head? And I know that trading is not supposed to be emotional, but it still happens. Like what goes through your head?
I mean, I just kind of look at the I'm trying to learn the patterns and starting to look at the way the charts are performing and the way the company as a whole is performing. So just based off of like just rumblings and stuff too, that I'm starting to like that I'll look like on Yahoo Finance and kind of see whatever news is related to that stock, or if they got something that's supposed to be coming out, then that kind of I guess kind of gives me more reason to hold that stock in particular.
Yeah, I think Yakubu made a really good point earlier on the group that, you know, if you're holding a stock, stocks generally go up. So
yeah,
hold and wait. And honestly, my personal feeling is just now that the new administration is about to just unleash a bunch of money, there's going to be a whole bunch of activity. So
I think so too. And then too, I mean, if I do decide to sell, at least try to break even, you know, instead of taking a loss.
Right.
So that's kind of more or less where my mindset is on it.
Yeah, I consider a 1 penny gain a lot better than a 10-cent loss.
Exactly, and definitely try not to give in and start panicking and then start panic selling, because that's how you lose money real quick.
And you know, that's really what I was preying on in stock twits, is all these anger traders just being like, I'm gonna sell. And I'm like, I'll take that at a bargain. Okay,
yes,
thanks.
So one thing, if you don't mind, I'd like to chime in on that, what you guys were talking about there.
Please do.
I remember when I first joined the room with CBLI, I was in like $2,500 to the south, and I spoke with you guys, and you guys were all basically saying like, oof, that's a tough one, you know, because stocks do rebound, they do go back up. And after looking at the chart, every spike it had, it would just go up a little bit. So I sold with your guys' advice, you know, trying to being smart and just thinking about, you guys made me think, you know, if I sell this at a loss right now, I can make it back, because that's why we trade. We trade to make money. And so I sold it. And then the very next day I made $700 or something like that, with that money that I got back. And then I want to say that in about 3 weeks after that, after I sold, it went back up to what I was buried in at $4.24. So I would have broken even.
Right. And that's, you know, and that's really what I'm trying to, I think the point of this part of the discussion is to understand the emotions, because, you know, a lot of people that you get out there, you get all the ads on Facebook of, and just for everybody's knowledge, the reason I called our group the Triple Rim Lambo Trading Group, for anybody who hasn't been in the WhatsApp group, you know, that's kind of the running joke, is that, you know, we're penny traders. We're not going to be making Lambo money, but when we do, we're getting our Lambos with triple rims and sunroofs, and your color is yours. So I just kind of took some executive liberty with the name. It's just kind of a working title for us, and so I hope you can see the humor in that. Jarek, thank you for that. That's very informative, and I think it speaks to the power of the group and why we're all here and why we've all kind of befriended each other. As I said earlier, I think that there's a lot of false information over on StockTwits, and it's nice to find a place where you're not getting lied to.
Yeah.
Or-
Can
or
I just say
somebody-
something real quick?
Please.
Yeah, so about cutting the losses and stuff like that. First of all, like just like the same way you were talking about, you need to know what type of trader you want to be. So if you want to be a trader, you need to understand if you want to be a day trader, you want to be a scalper or what have you, right? So most traders don't have sufficient capital to keep holding. That's why I always say you need to cut your losses as quickly as possible, because right now the market, there's so many plays, and I could, what's the name, testify with this, because I've been in couple trades whereby the trade is going down and I tell myself, no, I lost money, I'm gonna be in there. And then there are other trade running up, and I miss those boats because I'm trying to, but what's the name, break even. But this is gonna take me a couple weeks, sometimes even a month, like and you don't have sufficient capital, especially when I understand the way, maybe let's say you don't have the $25,000 account and then you're still under the PDT rule. It kind of sucks. I understand that. So for me, how I do my trading is I have about 3 or 4 accounts whereby there are some accounts I just buy the stock, whatever happened, I don't care. There's one account that I just go in and out. I don't mind if, what's the name, I lose maybe let's say 10% of that, I'm still gonna sell because I'm using that. I'm trying to grow that account. Like last time I was a huge advocate about what's the name, Robinhood, the way they used to do their stuff. I wasn't actually using Robinhood until when I came back on this group. I saw most of the stock I post, some people don't use the Robinhood. I said, okay, you know what, let me just start using my Robinhood so that I know what stock is on Robinhood, so that when I post, I could let you know, oh, this is not on Robinhood, it might be on Think or Swim or something like that. Right. So I actually told myself, okay, this is my new challenge, just like the way Jarek himself told me that he want to make $100,000 in that stock within this year. So I said, okay, you know what? This is a nice challenge. Why don't we just embark on that? So that's why most of the time I just use the Robinhood. So like in my Robinhood, I just go in and out.
Yeah.
But my Charles Schwab and stuff like that, I just buy them, and once they are
I'm
good
actually the
stock,
same. I have the same. I have Thinkorswim, I have Webull, I have Robinhood, I have Schwab, and I have IBKR. And some of you might be asking, well, why do you have all of those? Why do you have all those accounts? Why do you have your money spread out like that? It's because of the day trading rule. The day trading rule applies to one broker. Okay, so if I trade 3 times in 5 days on TD Ameritrade and I get flagged, I can't trade on TD Ameritrade, but I can go over to Webull, or I can go over to Robinhood, and my day trades on that brokerage haven't reached 3. And so what Yakubu is describing is, if you want to play a stock, let's say, and you want to really get that bang for your buck, if you have multiple accounts over in TD Ameritrade, Schwab, and things like that, you can make the